Hello students, this is Miss Dalton and today's video is on writing quadratic functions. When you write quadratic functions, here are some steps that you can follow. The first thing you want to do is choose the most appropriate form based on the information provided. If you're given a vertex, then vertex form might be the easiest. If you're given x-intercepts, then the intercept form might be the easiest. And then if you're given information about standard form, then standard form might be easiest. You're going to substitute the known information for the correct variables, and then you'll solve for any unknown variable, rewrite it in simplified form, and then check your answer. Okay, so here is our first example. We have that we want to write an equation for a parabola with a vertex at -2, 3, and it passes through the point -4, -1. So because we are given the vertex and we know that our vertex is our h and k, and if we're given another point, remember you can always plug in another point for x, y. Let's go ahead and use vertex form. So vertex form looks like this: y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug in our values that we know. We know that our y is -1. We don't know a. We know that x can be -4. H is a -2, but remember it's a minus negative, which is going to make that a +2. And then we're going to square it, and then plus k is +3. Now let's go ahead and solve for our unknown, which is a. So we're going to bring down the -1 equals a. Then we're going to subtract, or we're going to add together -4 plus 2. That gives us -2. So we're going to have -2 squared and then +3. Okay, so -1 equals -2 squared is 4, so that's 4a plus 3. We need to subtract 3 to the other side. So we get -4 equals 4a. And then dividing by 4, we get our a equal to -1. So if we rewrite our function now with that information, we have y equals -1 x plus 2 squared plus 3. And that is our function. Okay, and in our second example, it says write an equation in standard form for a parabola with roots of 0 and -4 that passes through the point -3, -4.5. So if these are our roots, then we're going to use 0 for our R1 and -4 for our R2. So we're going to use intercept form. And then we're going to use our x and y from the point that's given to us. Okay, so intercept form looks like this: y equals a times x minus R1 times x minus R2. Okay, so let's plug in this information. Our y is -4.5 equals a, we don't know, x is -3, and then we have minus R1, so that would just be -0, and then x again, -3, minus R2, which is a -4. Okay, minus negative turns that into a positive. So let's go ahead and simplify what we have. -4.5 equals a times -3 times +1. So on the right side here, we're going to have a -3a, and on the left we still have the -4.5. So we're going to divide both sides by -3. And so our A is going to equal positive 1.5. All right, so now when we write our function with the A in its place, then we have y equals A, which is 1.5, and then x minus 0, so that would just be x times x plus 4. And because it says they want us to write it in standard form, then we're going to have to go ahead and multiply this out. So this is going to be y equals 1.5 x squared. Make that decimal point a little bit bigger. 1.5 x squared, and then 1.5 times 4 is 6. So plus 6x, right? Because we're going to distribute this, but we're also distributing this. Okay, so that is our final answer. Alright, this is a short video today. Make sure you come to class with any questions that you have, and we'll work on some practice problems.